In my life and in my world, nothing really felt real. Everything was just drastic. And this was like a real tangible gift of hope.
How did you first come to hear about the flower letters?
It was actually my mom that heard about the flower letters, and it was through a Facebook ad. 2 months before we found the flower letters, I had gotten a traumatic brain injury, and so just fell and everything kind of crashed. My whole like world of everything. I was in this normal teen to completely debilitated in so many ways
Oh my
because of just
goodness.
what happened with my injury. Just a fall at ballroom rehearsal basically changed everything. I was facing like all this trauma. I was facing depression. I was facing anxiety, and I was facing seizures and isolation. And so it went on and on. My mom was just searching for kind of something that would help, anything, therapies and all of that. We'd been on support groups through Facebook. And so she was on there and she saw on the side like, oh, flower letters. And it was like this little ad that popped up. And so she went to it, went to like your whole website and everything. And she actually was like, this is exactly what we needed at that time. She ended up telling me a few days later, like, oh, Mackenzie, there's a surprise coming in the mailbox. She was like, it was everything that you love and like I've always loved through my life. Getting letters in the mail, like I've constantly been a pen pal, like always writing and snail mail person. And so I've always been into that, and just I've always been a romantic at heart. And so just the thought of these love stories and then flowers were something that just always uplifted me. And all of the things were in the flower letters. I remember the first time I actually received the letter, it was a day where basically just was tragic. It was May of 2023, and I was basically like really, really in the deep pits of depression. My brother, like every day he'd go out from the window, like we could see the mailbox. So I was like, okay, it's like mail time. The mailman just came. Like we're always on it. And he went out and he got the mail and brought it in. And seeing this surprise, I was like, oh my goodness, Miss Mackenzie Monson. And opening it, it was like a huge lift and such a excitement to know, even like opening, it was the Audrey Rose letter and hearing like this story. It was just so close to what I loved and everything, and just kind of brought this, it was like a really real thing to me that, you know, in my life and in my world, nothing really felt real. Everything was just drastic. And this was like a real tangible gift of hope that like got me through that day. And every 2 weeks was kind of like a mark of, okay, I get this little glimpse of hope and I get this tangible reality in my life that just feels foggy and fake. And it's like a gift of everything, art and even some crafts and history with the World War II that I absolutely loved. And this love story that basically just propelled me and kept me hoping through every month. It's just something continued to lift from then and on. And so that's kind of like the beginning of how I came across it personally.
I really appreciate you sharing your story. That's like a life altering, changing thing that has happened to you that is still sort of part of your life journey. And we're really honored to be some means of hope and light for you, because that's why we do it. I think if this was just fun, we probably wouldn't be investing as much as we invest into this. Our goal and intention is to continue to find opportunities to make it as accessible as it possibly can be for people like you that need it. For the people that especially need some relief, something to look forward to, that's probably the most rewarding aspect of what we do.